Hey, Tanya, what's up, baby? How you doing? Oh, it's hot. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If y'all come in, give it a like, thumbs up, share it out. I'm hot. Once everybody's in, I'll start talking a little bit more. Who all in the house? And y'all, I'm on the phone. I don't have an iPad. Well, it's in the room. I don't feel like going back there. I should have brought it in here, but that's okay. Is it in the room? I don't know. It's somewhere around here. Y'all, I'm eating a sub. I'm hungry. I didn't really eat breakfast, and I had to do laundry. They messed up my sub, so I got a free one. I love Jersey Mike's. If y'all got them in your area, very fresh sub. My other favorite is Porter Subs. Porter Subs is more affordable. I got the club, roast beef, turkey, bacon. I'm a little cautious on the birds. Y'all know how I am on the birds. Hold on, let me see. All right, let me see what they got going on. Let's see. Okay, I see, Tanya, there's other folks in here, but ain't nobody talking. They are expensive. Porter Subs is cheaper, and you get fresh sub just like Jersey Mike's. The only thing that Porter Subs don't have, and they got more vegetables. Only thing they don't have is that cherry relish. It is worth it because it is good. But the Porter Subs, you get a bigger sub. For almost the same price. We got somebody lurking. They ain't saying who they are. But I'm gonna give it a few minutes and I'll get into everything because it is late. And I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. I'm starting a brand new job tomorrow. I am gonna be union. And I'm local. And it is not trucks, but it's transportation. And I'll get more into it later. I want to do my 90 days first and give a good assessment. I was interested in them in 2016. Thank you. But I didn't get the local Phoenix one. They had one out in the east side of our state. And they offered it to me there. But unfortunately, it was so far and I didn't have a car, I couldn't get to that facility. Well, they had a big job fair a couple Wednesdays ago. When I went to it, I applied for 2 positions. And one of them asked, well, one, they were going to interview me that day, which was the same one that they offered me, the one on the east side. But the old man Red, the car I got right now, I just wasn't trusting that he going to get out there. Right now, I'm really with him for just within the vicinity until we get enough money and get something better. Or the Lord blessed with something better. So I keep him in the vicinity because he janky. And the guy who had him did a lot of janky work. So, I will be back in transportation, but not in the trucking vein. Y'all see I need to still work on here because I still got them. It's still from the moving. And I'm about to get furniture in here, so I got to get this cleaned up. So on my off days, the living room is going to be a special event to make sure I get the rest of the boxes out of here. I want to go through my truck and stuff, and I'm going to end up storing it on the back patio under a tarp in plastic bins. As for right now, that's the best I can do because I don't have a storage unit and I'm not paying for another one. And then anything else that is not being used or touched is probably going to the trash or Goodwill. So that's how we working it. But yeah, I'll go more into detail after my 90 days. I did get a sign-on bonus with them. There is a lot of money to be made in it. I am hourly, but the hourly pay is really good. There will be overtime definitely with this particular position, so that actually is another good thing. And what you make within a if we're here, because I'm really believing rapture's gonna happen, but within a 5-year period of time, what I'll be making is stupid in the same position. What I love about it is union. And working for a lot of these janky companies, thank you, Tanya. Working for a lot of these janky companies without having union, they do all sorts of janky stuff that ain't really truly legal. If you talk to the labor board, but you got to go through all kind of hoops with that, and I'm tired. So I also had another transportation company hit me up. However, I'm not going to turn them down until I see how my first week goes. And if everything goes good, but then I'll reach out to them and let them know I accepted something else. But it would be back in a customer service role. I'd have to go back into a call center, and I don't, if I can avoid that, I'm going to avoid it. This one, I actually will be out. I will be driving, but I'm okay because I have open windows. I can wear my mask. I'm okay with that. So I'll be doing that. We'll talk more about that. Like I said, it's coming up here. Let me do my 90 days and I'll bust it out to you guys. So it's a different form of transportation. And I'm going to say this to a lot of people who watch me, because the company I was at, one of the young ladies that was there, I could tell they were going to get ready to let her go. And then she said she'd been applying and wasn't hearing anything. So a lot of these companies now you're applying for, you may not be hearing, because our country, our news is telling us one thing. Oh, we're not in a recession. My ninja, we in a recession. Matter of fact, we might be in a depression with the way things are going. And my best friend is in a whole nother state, and she said that people she knew was applying for jobs and they weren't hearing anything, because I was like, I usually get hit right away. I mean, I had a couple companies, but not like I normally, when I put my resume out there, it's like, boom, out they own me. And I wasn't getting that. So I was like, well, maybe I need to update and refresh the resume. And I did a little bit, but transportation, love transportation. But I knew, unless I absolutely had to, I'm not physically in the shape for trucking. I'm not in shape for trucking at all. And I'm not physically in the shape. So what I'm doing now, because trucking is long distance, it's a lot of tenacity. You got to have I call it trucking stamina, which I used to tell the students. I don't have that. Those days are gone. Guys, I'm hungry. Y'all watching me like I was back in the back of the truck eating. Monet said she used to like me to eat my subs. I'm like, okay, Fluffy eating this sub. I'm hungry. I didn't have any breakfast. Had some chips and took my meds. And the only reason I went to the laundromat because I'm monitoring my money. Otherwise, I had a company I was using that pick up your clothes. And until my flow of money starts back up, because I was down like a week and a half from the other company. It took a week and a half altogether before, because they actually wanted to start me last week at the new company. And I would only been off for a couple of days from the other company. But I took a week and a half because I had to bring my license back to Arizona. They require a uniform, so I had to order that because I'm fat. And the store that we have here is quite pricey, that I didn't know that they would even have my butt size. Only thing I don't like about the job, they making me tuck in my shirt. Y'all fat people should never tuck in shirts. It's just wrong. I'm going to look like the little nerdy kid who's kissing and licking the window. Let me see what anybody's saying. Ain't nobody talking. Tanya, you the only one in here talking to me. Anyway, yeah, so the other job ended on a Tuesday. I went to the job fair on a Wednesday, which I had planned to go to regardless. And on Thursday, I did the interview and was offered the job. And they even have internal positions that later on, if you want to do that, you go. It just depends. I might love the driving and just do that. Tanya, you know what? That's my thing. And my best friend and her husband, another homegirl of mine who's a flight attendant, she said, you a hustler. You not in a bad way, but meaning that you somebody who gonna work. I work don't bother me. It don't, it never has. Um, Grumpy and my mom, even though they foul in certain ways, they both were hardworking people. I'll give both of them that. Hey, PJ, what's up, baby? Y'all have to forgive me. Grandma ain't ate. Mm-hmm. And if y'all ain't never had a Jersey Mike sub, get into it. But yeah, so my other job ended on Tuesday. Somebody had sent me a couple weeks before this job fair for this particular company. I wanted another position, but my prayer was, Lord, whatever I'm supposed to do, handle it. Okay. If this other one's supposed to close that door, because they had done a big layoff and they doing some janky stuff right now. And I was like wanting to get out of there, and just everything in my spirit wanted to get out of there. So I've been putting my resumes out since the layoffs. And I had a couple companies. I interviewed with a company for HR position, and then all of a sudden they had pulled part of the positions off when I was supposed to interview for. But then they had another one that was going to be high cost, customer service based. They didn't want to get into that. Something was just telling me this is not the route to go. I started applying airlines and some other stuff too. And I have had some offers from the airlines. God is good there. But what I ended up taking actually will tie back to my CDO. I did have to get an update on an endorsement. I did bring my license back to Arizona. Hold on, let me see if anybody's saying stuff. So, like I said, give me 90 days. Let me see how everything goes, and we're going to talk. I'll do a live, and we'll talk about everything. But the company I was at, Enron kind of vibe. That's all I can put it as. Everything in me at the end was feeling like I was working for Enron. And my one friend, she said, I would have been mad about girl, bye. I'm not mad. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. It's a lot of janky stuff. And one of the young babies that was there, the manager she was under, I could tell when some stuff not went right. And I said, you need to start putting your resumes out. And she actually needs to be and her are going to be working at the same company. She didn't refer me. But when she said what the company was, I said, oh, girl, you that's a winner. I said, they're union. And you can retire from that. I said, that's a winner. And I knew a lot about the company because I know the history. They've been around for a long, they're around probably since I was a kid, because I dealt with them when I was young. Good company. As far as their longevity, I don't know about management. I don't know about any of that, but I had a good rapport for the internet. I mean, for the interview, for the job fair, showing a lot of favor. The Tempe group was really following me around the job fair. And the manager, he's like, because I didn't want to interview me right then. But Tempe, I knew would offer me a job on the spot, because that's what they did last time. And he said, and they paid more money. The facility's just too far away. They were offering a $5,000 sign-on bonus. And that sign-on bonus is paid within the first year. So as soon as you're in the seat on your own, $500, or Excuse me. They break it out over that year. Tempe offered more per hour, and they offered a $5,000 sign-on bonus. I went to Phoenix because I'm in Phoenix, and it's down the street from the crib. About 50 cents. Was it 50 cents? No, hold on. Yeah, maybe about a little over 50 cents less in pay per hour. But you make up on it on the drive. I don't have to drive all the way in Tempe to go to work. In addition, you're right around the same bumps in pay. And so I was okay with it. I was like, I'm okay with that. The one in Phoenix was a $2,500 sign-on bonus, but reality is you don't have the longevity of the drive. So you're saving money in fuel, especially with fuel being all over the place. So I looked at the big picture, and the location for the training facility for the Tempe one is over an hour for the crib, and I didn't trust old man Red to make that. Didn't trust it. So that's it. And I also want to thank, because it's behind the scenes, y'all, in Facebook, telling you the biggest perk is that union stuff. That union thing is huge. What I just dealt with the last company and the prior company, remember we had our little Zoom, and this company wasn't racial issues. There's other issues. Maybe I'll do another Zoom. But what I dealt with the prior company, the transportation company I was at, and this particular company, which my friend referred me into, I saw things before they happened. Matter of fact, I told the supervisor lady that I had what I was seeing, and I called it because I told her about 2, maybe 3 weeks prior. I asked her about layoffs, and sure enough, they hit layoffs. My friend who referred me in, I'm calling her friend because we became friends, actually trained her at University of Phoenix. But my friend who referred me in, she was part of that layoff. She was getting ready to leave. She was getting ready to throw the deuces because there was stuff. She's like, Sharon, I can't take it no more. It wasn't like this. It wasn't run this way. I said, girl, I saw some stuff coming in the door, but then it just went like this. And so there's things that I know now, and I'm just like, But maybe I'll do a Zoom, and we'll talk about it more behind the scenes. But I also had prayed the morning that everything went down where my employment with them ended. And I prayed like, Lord, if this is done, show me. Let's close the doors. And the very next day I was supposed to go to the job fair, and it was just like, boom. It literally, I went, Tuesday was my ending with the company I was at. Wednesday I went for the job fair. Thursday I was at the transportation company for the interview. And Thursday they offered me the job. Done. She wanted to start me on Monday. I said, no, you want me to have a uniform. I've got to order that by mail. I need to move the license over. I got to study for this test for the endorsement that you guys need me to have. I got to get all that done. So let me have this whole week. I'll do that. And also, guys, some of you guys know I got accepted into Grand Canyon University, which is a college. So I'm finishing up my first class. My next class starts on the 15th. I've done well in my first class. I'm at an A. 98 point something %, so I'm doing well. I got 2 more weeks, and that works out because now I'm in training. You only have to take 1 class for a 7-week period, and then you move to your next class. So that's going well. This class wasn't all that hard. It's just really helping you get reacclimated back to college. So that's going good. But right now, what I'm going to share with you guys, and thank you. Your name is Valencia. She reached out to me on Facebook. There's several that have been reaching out to me in the background because you guys hadn't seen me on here. Is everything okay? She said, I haven't seen you, yada, yada, yada. And I love your lives. They inspire me. Thank you. I'm happy they do. I mean, I know I don't have a huge, I think it's 2,000 membership, but I know that's not what watches. I know I have a certain base, and usually that's under like 40, 50 people. But my thing is, thank you, Miss Tanya. My thing is, I always want to be somebody. If I can help you, I can help you. A lot of times I lived in my own bubble, and I did that because you don't want to be hurt and you don't want people coming close. So it's kind of protection. But at the same time, that's not what God made us for. He did made us to touch people's lives. We're meant to minister to people. Now, if people don't receive us, we shake the dust and keep it pushing. But that's what he made us for, is that we should be impacting each other's life in some form or fashion. And if I can inspire in some way, I'm happy to do so. I'm not cheesy. I'm not going to be fake. So sometimes, let's say the truth hurts. Sometimes I'm very truthful. I mean, somebody come to me and say, Shannon, you fat. That's true. I don't know if that's really hurtful. I'm just a realist because I accept it. For some people, that would be hurtful, but that's just facts. we all have something, and we got to be just truthful. Oh, PJ, thank you, sweetheart. I'll probably be doing more. We'll have to see how my schedule works right now. Like today, I'm not gonna be on here too long because I gotta get up. I need the pants that I got are too long. I'm not a seamstress, so I got some hem tape. I need to iron everything for tomorrow. I need to take a shower because I'm supposed to be there 5 in the morning. So that means I'm getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Whatever I got to do that all right now. That's all gonna get done tonight. Okay. So I'm gonna get all that done tonight. Um, like I said, I am not a seamstress, so I'm getting ready to pull my ironing board out, pull my iron out. I don't normally iron it anymore. I just pull my pants up and go, but tomorrow it's got to be uniform based. So I noticed when I was there for the interview and I looked at everybody in their little uniforms, the ones who are permanent employees, who you can tell been there, they clothes is what I call, the one sister who I think is a trainer who said, "What you here for?" And then she asked me and she said, "I'll see you on Monday." Well, it wasn't gonna be that Monday, it was gonna be the following Monday. I don't know if I'm getting her, but I'm gonna tell you, her pants were, the creases in them pants was razor sharp, military type sharp. The creases in her shoulders on her shirt were razor sharp. So I'm gonna make sure that my stuff is ironed and ready. I gotta cut the pants to actually not be too long, and then put the hem tape on them. So as I said, I'm not gonna be on here terribly long because I got a lot to do. And then I gotta get in the shower, and then I did a little quick check-in on my class, and then I'm going to bed because I gotta set the alarm for 2 in the morning. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now. Trying to think. Pretty much it, y'all. And I got to finish some paperwork up for them. And then get my backpack ready and put some bottles in the freezer. I was going to make a PB&J, but I stopped over here at Jersey Mike's and I got a wrap with nothing on it. And I'm just going to throw that in a little lunch bag with the ice things and throw it in the backpack. And that'll be ready. I'm going to throw some water bottles in there because it's going to be hot and we may be outside. So I'm going to put some water bottles in the freezer, throw them in there, and that's going to be the ice for the thing, and deal with the rest later. I don't like to eat heavy in transportation when I start because you get sleepy, and then you also may have to go to the bathroom. And with local stuff, and what we're going to be doing, you may not be able to, I don't know how many bathroom breaks you're going to get. I will, Tanya. I will definitely do that. Like I said, I'll let you guys know in 90 days, and maybe I'll do some check-ins, just let you know, but I'm not going to announce what it is until after my 90 days. I want to do that for a reason, to make sure everything works out the way it's supposed to. But I'll tell you, and then I'll get more into detail. Plus, I think the 90 days gives you a good idea. A lot of us, we have that honeymoon phase with a company, and then it ain't what we thought it was. But this one, benefits are good. You were asking about the benefits. So health insurance, Aetna, dental insurance, Delta Dental, which I love. I love Aetna. I think they have VSP, which is a vision plan out here, which I love. I love Aetna because I'm Aetna currently at the other company, and I'll be Aetna with this company. What else did they have? I think there's something with the life insurance. I haven't looked at all that. I don't know what the union dues are going to be. We'll figure that out. So Monday I've got to do this test tonight for them, which is just circles. So I'm going to read through that before I go to bed. But, yeah, God is good. He opened doors. What I am going to say on here, probably before I close this out, because again, there's not a lot of folks on here. Let me make sure I got everybody. What I am going to say, and Valencia, again, thank you, because she checked in today. She sent me a Facebook messenger and said, "Hey, are you okay? How you doing?" And she lost her mom. So my prayers for you in losing a parent, even whether they're good, bad, in between. And she actually went home to take care of her mother, and her mother passed, and she's a driver. So definitely my condolences to her, which I did tell her in the message. We have all lost a lot of people, friends, and family from the COVID and many things that are happening. This has been a tough couple of years for a lot of people. So whatever God has for you in life, please do it. But I also want to say this too. Do not be deceived by the season we're in. Don't be deceived by these people on the news. Oh, products are in. We doing good with products and all this other stuff. And we got overage now because like the supply chains. But I'm going to tell you something. You go in that grocery store, the overages aren't there. There's going to be more coming. And right now, even though they brought the fuel costs down because he went over there and talked to Arabia, there's a lot behind the scenes with all of this. So don't be deceived. And what I will tell you is also, if you are employed, or if you're looking for employment. Right now, I'm going to tell you, get back into essential industries. When I say essential industries, anything in the transportation industry. When I say anything, I'm not talking about cars. I'm talking about trucks. I'm talking about local transit. I'm talking about airlines. Stay in those industries if you go transportation. If you're not in that field, go healthcare. I'm talking. I'm not talking necessarily like your Walgreens or your CVS. I'm talking about healthcare companies and healthcare insurance companies, hospitals, doctors' offices, anything medical. Stay in healthcare. Those industries are good and they're needed. The other one to be in is food. And when I'm talking food, I ain't talking fast food working at Jersey Mike's. I'm talking about your grocery chains, grocery warehouses, or if you get into transportation, anything dealing with food. These industries are going to be highly necessary going forward. And they're going to be ones where you can have jobs. Okay? I'm going to say that, where you can have jobs. As the price of gas is going up, people are going to need local transit. They're not going to be able to continue to drive their own vehicle for long distances, because it's now going to be a choice between food on the table for that family and riding the bus, the train, the subway. So wherever you at, those industries are industries that ran through the pandemic, and you need to look back to those industries and put your butts in those industries. Education might be okay, because no matter what, kids are going to have to go to school for the most part. And teachers, even if they couldn't teach in the class, were teaching through Zoom and computers and everything. The other field that I would recommend is possibly most government and any kind of correctional facility type jobs. Correctional facility pays well, but it's stressful. Government, because it would have to be a lot for the whole government to shut down. So your state and local government jobs, look at those. And then the last one I would say is financial. I'm so on financial, but I think you would be semi-okay for a while. But if there's hits and you're in like the base units of customer service and things like that, you might end up looking at layoffs. But those industries are industries that are less likely to get big hits like all these other casual fly-by-night companies, okay? Those are usually industries that always will run, okay? So make sure you're going there. I do think transportation and healthcare and food, as far as grocery stores, are the best ones to be in, top charts. And like I said, anything from trucking to local transit to local maybe trucking jobs. So like sewer, not sewer, but oh, you know what I mean, trash, anything like that. Anything that would have you use a commercial license, those are good areas to be in. Anything having you to deal with healthcare, like I said, insurance companies, hospitals, doctors' offices, those fields, good fields to be in, okay? And then then you start moving into government and correctional facilities. But I'm going to tell you that because I sense more is coming into next year. And I believe that based on what I'm seeing with even just how the hiring is taking place within business, you need to make sure you're in a viable industry that can sustain you with what's coming, because there's more going to come. And I'm not talking pandemic so much as I'm talking economics. What we're worldwide in trouble, and what's going to happen even with food. By probably, I'm estimating fall of next year, we're going to feel some food stuff on a big level. The inflationary costs you guys are feeling when you go to the grocery store, that's going to be a drop in the bucket in what's coming next. It is, because I believe the shortages are going to be very prominent, especially with all the weather issues worldwide. You know, Biden got up there and told you, yeah, you're going to have food shortages. But people, again, we're living in our bubble. I'm lucky enough, I went to have Jersey Mike's. But even the price of when you get fast food now, what used to cost you $5, $10 is now $20, $30. A friend of mine said she took her sons over here to get their hair done near my house. They have dreads. And she went over there and she went to go get lunch with one of them. Or she went to go, I think they went afterwards to get lunch. She said, Shannon, I paid almost $40, $50 for what used to cost $15 for 3 people, maybe 20. It's not that party anymore. It's not that party anymore. I've gone out, had a restaurant, got something to go, and next thing I know, I look up and my bill is $58, $63. What the hell? When that used to cost me $30. What I got for grocery bags, $40, $50, is now costing me $100 plus. It's significant. So I'm just telling you, make sure you're in the right industries. And people are trying right now. Like I said, my friend, we're talking base customer service jobs. Customer service jobs used to be like water. A friend in Florida, some of the people she know looking for, and they're like, she said, one of us said, I ain't never waited this long just to get an interview. She can't even get an interview. And then when you go to the interview, they telling you the jobs have been pulled and they're on a hiring freeze. I got one girl, she's supposed to go to an insurance company. They're doing her background check. Told her it was going to take up to possibly 6 weeks. She checks back in with the HR hiring lady, and HR lady said, I'm sorry, ma'am, the job has been pulled. We're in a hiring freeze. We are in a recession. Don't believe what these people are telling you on TV. I'm 54 years old. I've lived through a couple of recessions prior. Back in the 80s, I think we had a recession too. Tanya, tell me if I'm right. I think in the 80s. And so what I'm telling you is get your house in order. My garden didn't do all that great. Right now, the sweet potatoes are okay. I got 3 tomato plants I need to separate. I ain't really getting any tomatoes. It's been, again, weather conditions. It's been hot as hell. I also need to put a drip system in. I got a watermelon plant. He's doing okay. I don't know if he'll produce anything. We'll see. But I got to go out there. I'm going to separate the tomato plants, see if they'll do anything. But I really haven't gotten anything. The weather has been really weird, and I do need to put a drip system in. So I need to do that. And it was so hot. Look, I had an African thing called an African jelly melon. That plant said, the hell with it and lay down. It's so hot here in Arizona. Look, it's from Africa, and it was like, I'm done. It was like, my friend laughed so hard. I said, girl, I done walked out here. That African jelly melon said, the hell with this and laid down. He was like, I'm done. So I got some things I'm going to have to do to kind of help it out a little bit. I need to get a drip system out there, which I just bought something for that. I need to buy another one. And then do this, like a self drip to get it more water on a regular basis. I know, I ain't got no sense. I need to do that. And then I'm going to try to get something started going forward. But I did not have but I'm going to tell you guys, keep up with it and try to do something in the garden. And there was a lady I watched in North Carolina, and she and her kids did the garden. It looked beautiful. She pulling out plants. Bugs had just kicked her butt. She said, my grandparents didn't have to do with this. We're dealing with stuff that's very different too because of the climate changes. So insects, things like that. Like I had they ate up my lettuce, man. I didn't get no lettuce. Them little ninjas. Them little 2 lizards, they are fat, full, and happy on me. My lettuce come up, and all of a sudden I see gnaw prints. So I'm going to try to get some to sit up higher and put it out there. I'm going to have to go lettuce in the house because them little ninjas right there, they ate my lettuce up. I couldn't even get lettuce. So we'll be doing some other things back there in the garden and then revisit some things, but I'm going to try to set it up to see if we can get a little bit more successful this go around. But here in Arizona, you can grow year round because how our weather is, we don't get freezing cold or nothing like that. So you can always grow year round. But definitely, I'm going to just tell y'all to, what's the word I want to use? Use wisdom in employment. And with your money, start putting that aside. I know some of you got into Bitcoin. I don't think anything's wrong with that, but I'm also at the premise that as when I start this new job, I'm going to start getting some gold coins and silver coins and holding on to them too. I want something to where if something happens, I have money on hand that is tradable. Gold and silver always tradable. And they always have some sort of value. So that and yeah. So just and like I said, I'm a big right now. I'm an urban food prepper. Y'all don't show my stuff anymore because I'm in the city. If I was in the country, I wouldn't care less. But I am in the city, and if you really tried, you probably could find me. So I don't want people trying to bust in my house. You know, if emergency happened, because you got certain folk, I'm gonna leave that there, that feel privileged enough that they can come in and take your stuff. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Go look at Black Wall Street. Okay, y'all know what Black Wall Street is? Look that up on YouTube or on Google and figure it out. And, you know, because you ain't doing like somebody else and folks are self-sufficient, you're going to go up and act a fool. But you got people who are so bold, they feel they can come up in your house and take your stuff. So I don't really share, but I do. And I'm very fortunate because I realize now that when I go to the grocery store, because I had that instinct in my spirit, I've been saving. So now when I go to the grocery store, even though I may pay a little bit larger bill, I only have to get what I need. I'm not trying to, and need is not always need because I may have it sitting there on the shelf in a can. If I want some string beans, I can go right back to that pantry, peel out a string beans. I got garlic, I got seasoning, and go in there and make me some green beans. The only thing I think I'm gonna order is Costco has a big old bag of bacon bits to help with seasoning. If you want to use that as a meat seasoning, I'm gonna order that because it's real bacon bits, and you can use that in your to help season anything out of a can. Because a lot of times you use a meat to season. So I mean, some people, if you're not vegan, you might not do that. You might do like a vegetable broth or something. But yeah, that's the only thing I'm probably gonna add, and I'm just little staples. I can make pancakes. I got food. I got rice. I got beans. And so I got a way to cook out on a grill. I would like to get more wood in the back, which I'm going to invest in that too. And then get ways to start fires without having to use propane. But I'm even might go down that route. But I'm going to have multiple ways. I have ways to have candles in this house, to have lighting if I need it. And I know some people think that's extreme, but you look right now and you listen. I was watching the news and one lady said her utility bill went from, what did she say it was? Like 75 to 100 last year to almost 200 this year. And they in states where they're not used to the weather like we get here in Arizona. So Arizona, we get hot weather, but even our hot has been a different hot. Y'all, I had to wash my face and hair when I just got on this because my whole face was drenched. And I'm a native Arizonan. The heat that we have right now is different. It is something I can't even put on it's not what I grew up with. And me and my friend Linda were talking about it. Linda said, Shannon, it's not. I said, the weather here is different. The heat here is like, it's different. It's like the sun is closer and it's baking when you're like, what the hell? So, and people can't tell wherever you at, you going through some weather that's different. So all I'm going to tell you is you're going to have to work. And like I said, that lady who had her little plants, some of her stuff she had to throw away. They were ravished by bugs. I done seen some bugs. Normally, like you see what outside, like we call them sewer roaches. Some people call them palmettos. They get that big old flying and they outside. I ain't never seen one. This thing in Arizona was like this big. I'm like, what the hell is that? And that's what it was. I was like, what in the... This is reasons why these sharks is up on these coasts. Everything's changing. And if y'all think, oh, Mother Nature's going to adjust because you're agnostic and you don't want to admit that God exists, I'm going to let you know, biblically, in my opinion, we're in the end days. It's what it is. All God is doing is setting the stage and letting everything wrap up. That's all that's happening. Do what you want with that. Do what you want with that. But I would get my house in order. I'm just saying. Do you, boo-boo. And so right now, and I've had some talks with a couple of truckers, and thank you to Miss Monet. She blessed me. Miss Nikki is going to bless me with some things. That's part of how I'm getting the furniture. She's doing a big move. So she's blessing me with some furniture. So I was about to buy a couch, and I don't even have to do that now. I just really need to get ready for the furniture to come. But yeah, so I got furniture coming. And like I said, the other thing is, as soon as I get a little bit more settled, the goal is to just begin to save so I can get a replacement for Old Man Red, because right now Old Man Red is on a leg, y'all. He hopping. So we just need him to get us prayerfully back and forth to the new place, the new job, and then get some money under the belt and hopefully get him replaced here in the next few months. And just hopefully he can last at least, I'm hoping 90 plus days, and then hopefully be prayerfully looking at something else. Although I might have a blessing, who knows. Trying to think what else, y'all. No, I wanted to say that because the young lady had said you encouraged me, and I do want people to be encouraged. It's just like the young girl at my job when I saw some things going on with her, and I knew they trying to get rid of baby. And I said, you do this, this, and this, and the next thing you know, she got the call from the company, and it was boom, bam, boom. And then they told her, can you start sooner than later? And I said, it's up to you, but they didn't give no notice to them folks when they laid them off, and they ain't gonna get no notice to you when they let you go. So Is it a nice thing to do that? Yeah, but hell, it's a right to work state. They can let you go in here in Arizona for any reason. And based on what this woman is doing, that's what she gonna do. She threw the peace sign and bounced. And union company, and she got money coming for her and her babies. I checked in with her. She said, I love it here. I said, yeah, I told you, union. I said, so like how you was putting up with that madness at the place we was at? No. Look, oh really? Is that what you want to tell me? Get my union rep. Grumpy, he had some things he had done that weren't proper. And what they do is they kind of put them on a suspension while they investigate. And then your union rep represents you. He had where he jumped from the train. It used to be that if they saw something happen, they jumped. So he used his own method. Well, then they changed the rule book where you ain't supposed to jump. Well, Monty made the decision to jump because one of his guys, when he was here on vacation, he didn't do what they used to do, which was jump, and the boy is dead. Okay? And so Monty jumped. And basically, his union rep fought for his thing, and they didn't take his job. I mean, he might got some downtime for breaking the rule, but his job was fought for by his union rep. So that's the plus about unions. They represent you. They represent your pay and other things with the companies. So, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I have to look at that. I don't know what that is. We'll take a look at it. But, yeah, so I'm just letting you know. God has a way of handling some stuff. And it's, like I said, it's okay. You do you, boo-boo. Do you. I don't worry too much about folks. I'm just like, at this point, I put you in God's hands. And that's what I told the little baby. She got 4 kids. Girl, bye. You better get up out of here while you can. Throw these ninjas a peace sign, because I'm already seeing what they're doing. I tried to warn the little supervisor lady, and sure enough, they let her go in the layoff. I was like, I was trying to warn you. I was seeing stuff that wasn't right. And what you doing, they put you out there. And that's what they did. They hung out there. Because that's what they do. Do you, boo-boo. Anyway, y'all, it's 43 minutes. I need to get out here, and I need to get these pants worked on. I got to cut them, hem them, or do the little hem, iron everything. And then Fluffy got to get to bed, got to get a shower, and I'm getting to bed because I got to get up. I'm trying to be up at 2 o'clock in the morning because I want to be there. I'm not supposed to be there till 5, but I want to be there at 4 to make sure everything, that I'm on time and that there's no issues with the car. And if there is, I could get a lift in. So y'all keep me in prayer. I keep y'all in prayer. And like I said, I'll check in. I was going to try to do bi-weekly. I don't know. Y'all just watch the community board, and it'll usually give y'all a heads up when I'll do a live. If I can pre-put the live on there to let you have a notice, I will. Today, I just knew it was going to be after 6 because I didn't get out to the laundromat until later than what I had planned. And then I knew I was going to get back here, and I got stuff to do. So I'm getting ready to knock out the stuff I got to do and get ready for tomorrow. Y'all, peace, 2 and 2. Talk to y'all later. And thank you. Y'all be blessed.